guys, Brendan and Kona from Dynamic Nutrition. So we are now 3 weeks out as of yesterday.
We kind of missed last week's check-in because we did a few things with the brother and sister last week, So
Pan Pacifics and Jazz's powerlifting nationals, so both very busy and very successful outings as well. So super proud of both of them, and
it's a really good start to the season for us. It was first kind of couple of goals ticked off, which was cool. Yeah,
and basically they just do the work. Put in the time, they're super committed, and it pays off, so that was awesome. We're on our way up to Hamilton for posing, trunks and bikini fitting. So we're going to see Kirsty at FlexiWear. She's awesome. She's been doing our stuff for a couple of years now, so got a little bit of footage catching up with we'll shoot a little bit of footage with Kirsty when we get up there. So basically, hey guys, so we're here with Kirsty from FlexiWear. How are you today, Kirsty?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. Competition season's busy?
It's very busy.
Yeah, so Kirsty, we've been coming to see Kirsty since couple of years now. So she's the one that's responsible for the amazing stage wear, the suits, the posing trunks and that type of thing. No mucking around, but she sorts us out quick smart. 3 weeks out from show now, so just comes for a bit of a final sort of tune up, just make sure everything's fitting well, and perfect fit, a few pins here and there, and we're happy to go, all good. You can check Kirsty out at flexiwear.co.nz.
Yes.
Yep. So you do all sorts of stuff, eh? Not just posing.
Do posing trunks, bikinis for figure, fitness, physique, bodybuilding, and bikini classes, and also sportswear for sports models.
Cool. And do you still do togs and that type of things, or you're not so much? A bit busy for that now? Yeah. Fair enough. But yeah, check it out. If you're into bodybuilding, anything like that, she does the best stage gear. Always good to work with. So yeah, cool. No worries. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
3 weeks out. Pretty happy, with how everything's going at this stage.
It's been interesting. I think last week was kind of the first week that we totally did something different to each other, whereas we kind of try and ride the same thing as much as possible because it just makes it easier, with food and the cardio and all sort of stuff. But so that's what you did.
Yeah, and we're sort of bouncing ideas back and forth between each other, and obviously there comes a time when you kind of have to do your own
thing and make a decision.
Yep, that's
or what
best
you
for
think
you.
is best for you.
So last week I went down more the avenue of reducing my protein overall and sort of filling those calories back up with carbohydrates. So I didn't really drop calories overall. Obviously we do training days, carb-based, non-training days are more sort of fats and that type of thing in there for that sort of metabolic flexibility, and just to make us sort of create a cyclical effect with what we're doing. So yeah, pulling the protein down sort of, you don't need truckloads of protein to support muscle mass if we've got other sources of fuel in there. Carbohydrates are protein sparing, and fats are protein sparing as well. So, and alongside that, what do? Chucked in a 10-minute HIIT session 3 times a week on off training days, and yeah, that worked a real treat for me. Really brought condition through.
There were fast changes, especially in those last kind of 3 days of the week. And I've noticed it as well. When you're around each other so much, it's kind of hard to notice it.
But the cool thing about it too is I was feeling really good the whole week. Like my tummy was really good with digestion. My energy levels, I'm getting a bit tired, and definitely
get really sore and like just fatigued. But in saying that, like I still had, my brain was still working, hungry between meals and that type of thing, but kind of top it back up, keep pushing through. And basically what I was trying to create within that sort of strategy was that the carbohydrates contribute to T4 production, which has got a lot to do with the thyroid hormone, which in turn converts over to T3. So we're trying to drive the thyroid with more of a thermic effect from the carbohydrates.
We talk about it heaps. I mean, I'm talking about heaps with clients at the moment about the metabolism and how important it is to have that running really efficiently so you can actually burn through the food. When you start to get low with the calories like we are, or you're doing a bit of output, that can start to slow down. So it was a really good tool to use, and it did work for you.
Yeah, and a lot of the time, like, you've just got to change things up and sort of put different fuels in at different times and that type of thing. We're running in a deficit every day regardless, and we've got the cardio on top to sort of punch that deficit even lower, but there's no point, I found it a lot this prep, there's no point just running yourself into the ground and not having the fuel there to support it. It was the same when we went to Thailand. We pretty much just dieted through to Thailand. And then when we got there, we're like, okay, cool, we're going to start doing some cardio. We're going to throw food up. We're going to pump the carbs in, and man, you get the results. So it's just being smart and sort of looking after the body as per always. And yeah, so your side of things.
Yeah, so we kind of had two things that we were trying to decide out of. It was what Brendan ended up doing, and it was the polar opposite, which was keto. So I always talk about this with clients too, but so it's pretty much stripping out all the carbs, doing really high fats and moderate protein. I kind of needed a bit more of a shock to my system, so I ended up going with that. The idea behind it is that you end up swapping the body from using carbs as a fuel source to using fats as a fuel source, which could work in theory, right?
Yeah, well, it does work in theory. And like, we were checking your blood ketones and that type of thing, and over the week they were getting more in range.
Yeah, we got there by the end of the week for optimal fat burning. In terms of weight loss, because we check that every morning as well, dropped like 4 kilos by the end of the week. But when we got to come do the testing, it was all just fluid, so it wasn't, it seemed to have stressed my body out more than do good for it. Also with that, I dropped the cyclical days, so I was doing the same amount of calories the whole way through. Energy felt good. My brain, my clarity probably felt really good too, but on the inside towards the end of that week I started to feel, I didn't feel very good on the inside. But it was a tool we had to try. We both were kind of tossing up between trying that, and
I had a good think about it too, and then I kind of, like, I've sort of done this a few more times than Michaela has now, and I kind of know it a little bit better, and I was like, well, look, with great risk comes great reward, but on the other hand, there's the drastic changes yield drastic results, and it can go either way. It can either be drastically good or drastically bad, and so in that sense I kind of erred a little bit more on the side of just a safer decision, and something that kind of, it really just depends what kind of works for you in your head at that time.
That's what we talked about too. Is like I was getting to a point with the food where I'd be making dinner and I'd be eating carrots while I was making dinner because I was hungry, and like things like that were starting to slip. So for me, you have to be so strict on it. And veggies and shit go. You start having spinach and kale and upped all my greens powder and stuff. But so it's a lot more restrictive, which is what I needed at that point in time to kind of pull me back in again. And that aspect of it worked. But probably, I don't know, it wasn't a bad decision, it was just a decision that was made.
And look, there's learning from everything, and the takeaway from that week, although the results might not have been as kind of optimal as we wished, was that your head's in a much better place now.
It worked for the reason I made that decision.
To make the right decisions, to not kind of nibble a little bit here and there, to know that, look, I could do that for a whole week, like 3 weeks out from comp, man, I don't need any extra bits and pieces.
Yeah.
I'm just going to work hard on this. I'm going to put some food in. I'm going to keep training hard. We're going to look after the body and just push through. So, yeah. So moving forward, I'm kind of going to stick with a little much of the same. So probably pull protein back a little bit more. I've still got like 2.5 to 2.5, nearly 3 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. So yeah, I've got a little bit of leeway there. But however, overall sort of calories are lowish. But it doesn't really seem to bother me at the moment.
No.
Like, I'm feeling pretty good with it, and I'm quite satisfied with meals. And
it's working.
yeah, I'm actually really excited about the changes that I know I can make in the next 3 weeks. Therefore, I'm finding a lot of drive and kind of direction from that. So
going to that show last weekend was cool too, because that will be us in a couple of weeks. And then like going to see Kirsty, it will bring the same feelings, of that it's coming, it's close now,
And so yeah, carbs back in for you this week.
Yeah, so this week it'll also be fats back in too, because I had that a bit lower the week before I did the keto, so I'm going to put them up a little bit more on non-training days this week.
That's just looking after the hormonal profile, which is really important for females as well, and guys. But like females especially, we need those healthy fats in there to nurture that hormonal profile and keep that health there.
And on the training days, I'll be doing the same sort of thing as Brendan, which was a little bit scary when I was working that out yesterday, to be honest with you, because there's quite a fair bit of carbs, but it's the same amount calorically as such as but yeah, we're just going to be putting the carbs up and pulling that protein back a bit, so yeah, there's no reason why it shouldn't work. And
overall it's kind of quite a good takeaway that I've found a lot recently is that it's a lot to do with being in a caloric deficit, but still ensuring that there's system support going in there. We take truckloads of vitamins and minerals, you've seen them all before, and I truly believe that that's what keeps us healthy.
It allows us to get better because the body isn't, it allows us to get further because the body's not stressed out.
Yeah.
The body's, it's healthy,
Yeah. You've got to remember, if you're pulling all your food, like, where are you getting all your nutrients from?
Where are your vitamins?
It's got to come from somewhere, so just look after yourselves and, cool. If you need any help, you want any advice or anything like that, just contact us on Facebook, Instagram, www.dynamicnutrition.co.nz, and stay tuned. We're getting closer. Super excited. We're going to go in there and we're going to tear shit up. Cool. Cheers.